1913. Henry Ford isn't just making a revolutionary car, he's making it in a revolutionary way. The production line. High volume, low cost. Products identical.
The man who places the part doesn't fasten it. The man who puts in a bolt doesn't put on the nut. And the man who puts on the nut doesn't tighten it.
Work is standardized, simplified. It's a more efficient way to make everything. Mass production sweeps the nation, and it changes the world.
To be an assembly line worker, you did not have to have a high degree of skill. You didn't have to be a card-carrying machinist or whatever it might be. All you had to do was to learn how to turn the same wrench on the same nut 5,000 times a day, and that was your job.
Prices plummet. In 1913, a Model T cost 2 years' wages. By 1924, it's just 3 months.
The Model T, without question, is one of the single objects in the history of America that changed America. What Henry Ford developed was the car for the common man.
The impact of this little car is massive. 300,000 sold in 1913. By 1924, there's a new Model T every 24 seconds.
Suddenly, this form of transportation, which was entirely new, was something that people could actually engage in. They could afford it. It wasn't like a spaceship where there are only several of them and there are millions and millions of dollars.
Washington State, 1915. The Model T's success is creating a nation of student drivers. Roscoe Scheller used to be a dairy farmer. He's about to start a new job. Car salesman. The pay is fantastic. The only problem is, he can't drive.
You're not riding a horse, just take it easy.
His boss offers to teach him the morning of his first day at work. It's not long before Roscoe has his first customers. Luckily, there's a manual called How to Drive an Automobile.
Cranking is an art that's essential for the new motorist to become proficient in. It is always a good plan, undoubtedly a good idea to learn to steer first. Steering is a very simple manipulation. An excellent plan for the beginning is to find a long, straight, and slightly downhill road, free of other traffic upon which to coast.
Roscoe takes his customers for a test drive. Most are used to a horse and buggy.
The majority of first-time drivers completely ignored corners. Instead of using a brake, they shouted "whoa" at the top of their lung power. Often they demand I teach his wife and every kid old enough to reach the pedals.
America's love affair with the automobile has begun.
The American has a great sense of freedom and not being tied to one place. If I don't like it here, I'm going to pack everything in the car. They don't require anybody's permission. They don't have to sign out. And the automobile really enables that.
When I came to America, the first thing I wanted to think about, how can I get hold of a car? I had a love affair with cars from the very beginning, because this method of movement that can enable you to see vast expanse of space is something I never experienced in China. Never. This is something I wanted to do almost more than anything else, is to buy a car.
Roscoe Scheller is one of America's pioneer car dealers. Today, America drives 2.7 trillion miles a year in vehicles that are descendants of Henry Ford's Model T. Cars. By the roaring 20s, they are transforming the lives of millions. Now you don't have to live near work. Cities explode outwards, creating giant suburbs. Brand new highways are built, shopping malls with giant car parks. The biggest urban sprawl of all, Los Angeles, the center of a massive entertainment industry. 800 films produced a year in the 1920s, double the amount today. A feverish land grab is in full swing. High in the hills, a real estate syndicate buys 500 acres. They hire stonemasons from Italy to build luxury mansions overlooking the city. Dream homes fit for oil tycoons and film stars. To kick off their investment, the biggest advertising sign on the planet. 4,000 light bulbs announce the name of this luxury development. Hollywoodland. Movie director Busby Berkeley buys the first house on the plot. It's supposed to be a temporary sign. By 1949, the end is removed. It becomes just Hollywood. Built on oil, fueled by cars and movies, LA is the fastest growing city in the world. But none of this incredible growth has been possible without one other vital ingredient. Water. William Mulholland, Irish immigrant, tenacious, ruthless. Superintendent of the LA City Water Company. It's 1904. LA is running out of water. It's headline news. It's up to Mulholland to find it. His reputation is on the line.
The story of the West is a story of water, because you can't turn this region that has a fertile soil and sites for city development without that incredibly scarce resource in the West.
Southern California. Rainfall as low as 2 inches a year. Temperatures as high as 134 degrees. The surrounding mountains get plenty of rainfall. The problem is, it stays there. LA has one small river. It provides a fraction of the water the growing city will need.
California is at the edge of the great western desert. And in order for large numbers of people to live in the cities of California, means had to be provided to get the water from where it was in California mountains to where the people were in the cities.
Mulholland must find water. The fate of Southern California hangs in the balance. His search begins just outside the city. Nothing. He moves 200 miles northeast. Still nothing. Finally, he reaches an area called Owens Valley. It's perfect. Water flowing out of the mountains has formed a massive lake, 110 square miles. Result, an oasis of lush farmland. Locals call it the Switzerland of California. Aided only by gravity, this water could flow all the way to Los Angeles. All you need is an aqueduct. It sounds simple, but the engineering feat will be phenomenal. It's going to take 223 miles of steel pipe and concrete waterway, 120 miles of railroad track, 218 miles of power lines, 500 miles of road. If Mulholland can pull it off, he'll completely transform not just LA, but the entire state. The first giant steps in creating the largest agricultural economy in the country. But it will come at a cost.